I'm Caitlin Becker, and this is Reality Check-In on WHOSAY. Joining me now is Real Housewife of Atlanta star, Kandi Burruss. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me here.
You are no stranger to drama on this show, but I feel like recently it has not been fun for you.
What? Oh my God. I feel like lately I'm involved in everything. And I do not like it. I don't want people to feel like, oh, she likes the drama. I really do not like the drama.
I think anyone who's watched the show for all of these seasons knows that you try to keep out of the drama as best that you can in the world of the Real Housewives.
Yeah, but unfortunately.
But you are rolled up in it this season.
Yes, in every way possible. Yeah.
It is crazy. And I feel like, and it's so interesting, for other celebrities on other kinds of shows, they don't have to answer strangers about their personal life as much, but I feel like because yours is on camera,
right,
people feel like they have the right to jump in and
exactly.
You respond.
Well, I mean, because you feel like you have to defend yourself sometimes. So like on Sunday nights, I actually tweet during the show. And so people are tweeting me, oh, I hate how you blah, blah, blah. So I reply sometimes. And, sometimes I want to say things that are worse than what I actually say online.
I don't know how you restrain yourself. I would be going nuts.
Yeah, but, because everybody has an opinion and they have to remember that they're only seeing like 2 minutes of probably what was an hour to 2 hour conversation, And so you miss a lot of facts and you miss, outside circumstances that are, affecting what's going on.
So on top of your amazing career, all of the busy drama with Real Housewives, as if you didn't have enough to do, you have a new baby.
Yes, that's
like the highlight. The silver lining to all of this is that you have that precious little baby to just squeeze. I love squeezing babies. I'm such a crazy person. I just always want to get in there.
My baby boy Ace, he's just amazing, and he's just the joy of everybody. Everybody in our house is like, every time we see him, we light up. He's everything. Everything that we ever wanted to have in a baby, he's that.
Now, Riley is 14 now.
Yes.
Did it feel like you were becoming a new mom? I mean, that's a pretty big age gap.
Oh,
I mean, my siblings are 11 and 12 years younger than me, so that was a pretty big age gap.
You understand.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have to have them, so it wasn't like I was getting back on the bike. But
right.
For you, was it like, did you just click right back in there?
Well, I would have to say that first couple of weeks was really hard because I had to get used to the no sleep thing. And breastfeeding, oh my God, I was like, okay, I didn't quite remember this part. It was, there were times where I was just worn out, but I knew it was a phase. And so kind of like what I tell myself when I'm going through something, I'm like, okay, this is a phase. You're going to get through this. So just keep going, and you're going to eventually push through. So.
And you need a support system, of course. Have that amazing support system with your family.
Yeah, I have lots of family in Atlanta and friends that help me out. The whole Candy Coated clique, they all pitched in. Especially like in the beginning, I would just take Ace with me to the office, and everybody take their turns. Don Juan, Carmen, Kwame, all of us, we just take turns with Ace.
I love that because for so many offices, and it's so interesting when you're talking about you're a reality star, you're a celebrity, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, but people being able to see someone as successful as you are normalize being a working mom is able to help someone who works in just your average office in an average place in America to be like, you know what, I can do this. I can bring my baby in. I can work it all out. I mean, that's incredible.
You know what? I didn't even really think about it that way because, half the time I don't see myself as different than anyone else. So, I guess, there are a lot of women out there like, oh, okay, I'm so busy with work, how am I going to make this happen? Well, my whole thing is you make it work because you have to. So, for all of us that are like, well, when will we have the time to have a baby? Or when will we? It's like, well, when it happens, you're just going to figure it out because you have no other choice.
And you don't seem to have slowed down at all. It seems like you're just, every time I've interviewed Kandi before, but every time I talk to you, it seems like you're just ramping up all of your own businesses. We had a restaurant happening?
Yes, we have a restaurant in Atlanta, the Old Lady
You're
Gang.
You're going to be cooking beans, greens?
Yep.
I just learned that today. Kandi brought that into my life today.
Yes, so we're going to be cooking all of that. It's Old Lady Gang Southern Eatery, and it's right in Atlanta. We're opening soon. It's all finished, but they'll show the process on the Housewives this season, the before and after. And I'm super excited about it because my mom and my aunts, you know, they have been.
I love your
They're
mom.
great cooks.
Mom, I love your mom.
Yeah.
I know. Look,
Everybody-
I know that face.
People love to hate my mom, but I love my mom, and that's
your
all that matters to
mom.
me.
Because she tells it like it is.
I feel like she does. I feel like she does. But yeah, everybody will get to meet them at the restaurant. When you come to Atlanta, when we open up, you know, we're gonna do things. We decided we want to have something like a Sunday dinner type of thing where
Like
you
family
can
dinner.
sign up to have like a big family dinner with us on Sundays. And so, you know, we just want to make it fun. Like we're doing that. We're taking it to the next level with the restaurant. And then we're also doing a business for Ace. It's called Raising Ace, and we have all kind of children's products. I always say it's a baby brand, but it's really going to go from baby to tween, but it's Raising Ace. He has like teething necklaces, potties, onesies. He has everything.
This is how you know that Kandi has the mind of just a natural born entrepreneur, because she has a baby and she's like, you know what? I could roll this right into business. Like, Ace's college fund is going to be paid for before he's
Exactly.
3. But that's just, it seems like that's just how your mind works. You're always seeing an opportunity and working on the next thing.
I think it's, you know, okay, starting off in the industry so young, right? You know, I always had this fear of falling off and not being able to take care of myself, because once you get used to living a certain lifestyle, it's like, well, how can you maintain it, you know?
And you can't be a young sort of ingenue pop star
forever.
You're not just.
So you
that's not how
have
it
to
works.
think of new things, and you know, being a part of this show, it's like I have to take advantage of this opportunity of being on the show and dealing with all that drama. I'm gonna have to benefit from it some kind of way, and I might as well let them show my businesses while I'm on there and while they're driving me insane, and I can still benefit because my businesses are being shown. So that's how I look at it.
We at WHOSAY, we always like to talk about influence and how media and brands are so influential with these things. And I love that you just brought that up, because people who are watching the drama unfold on Housewives and they're tuning into the reunions. I mean, what are we on? Nine seasons in Atlanta. Season 9. We're in the middle of it. It's on Sundays. Of course, you guys already know that. You're watching it and you kind of forget that you guys have a life outside of this. And it just, to me, makes such a smart business decision, because it's so hard to stay relevant today and to get with all of the saturation of media and brands, and everybody can build a website and everybody can go live on the internet and everybody can do everything, for a business owner to want to keep their businesses front and center. I mean, it always has to be in the forethought of your mind.
Yeah, I mean, people ask me all the time, why would you stay on that show? Why this? Well, because there are a lot of benefits for being a part of the show. You know, yeah, we have the drama that we have to deal with, but if you are a business owner, it's great to be able to have people that just look you up on the internet. Even though they're looking up the drama, they get to see whatever else you're doing as well. So,
and you get a fan base. I mean, yes, the drama is what the drama is, but when you're watching it, you always pick a team. I am Team Kandi.
Yay! Thank you. Because you know, I've had some people who are kind of mad at me lately. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're in it a little bit.
I don't think so.
I'm Team Kandi because
make
I
sense.
feel
No,
like
just
you
kidding.
don't. I feel like out of all the seasons on the show, when you're in the drama, you're at least very real as you can be with the
Thank
cameras and the
you.
lights and the makeup. Because
Well, that's what, okay, for me, myself, I always try to just keep it honest on the show. I don't try to put on a different mask for the world to see, because I just feel like what you see is what you get. And, you know, hopefully you'll rock with me for that reason. But I think other people, they get on these shows and they want to, you know, I have to protect my brand. So they don't want to show who they really are. So for me, it bothers me, because I'm like, okay, well, who am I arguing with today? Your TV person or the person I know off of camera? You know, like, you know, because, you know, I really hold back sometimes, because I don't want to blast them all the way. But
you don't want to
like,
be that person that's going to unveil the curtain.
Well, this year I'm the person who unveils the curtain, because I'm tired.
And that's
I'm tired.
what
But
7,000 businesses and 2 kids will do to you.
well, I mean, actually, we have 3, because, you know.
Oh, you have a stepdaughter as well.
Yeah, Kayla, she's 20 now. We all live together. Todd, Kayla, Riley, Ace, and myself.
That has to be a big help, having big sisters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I want to get a quick nap and Kayla comes in the house from work, I'm like, hey, can you just watch them for 30 minutes?
It's interesting because when I brought up earlier women being able to watch how you work and how you work with your family and it reflect in their lives, that really is the kind of influence shows like this. And it's crazy that you don't think of it right away have. And it also, your family models a very common type of family in this country that isn't a traditional type of family that we're so used to 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago seeing. It's a blended family that works, that's got drama, sometimes it doesn't work, but that's what family, for a lot of people, that's certainly what family very much in my life looks like. It's really helpful to see that on television, and we know we're watching a TV show, and we know that there's cameras and lights, and Andy Cohen somewhere telling you to like amp it up. I just imagine he's in the background.
Andy's not there, but you know.
Don't ruin my.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I like to picture him sort of in the background behind the cameras, whispering in your ear, telling you to bring it.
That's where Carlos King, the producer of our franchise.
How involved are the producers in how your lives sort of unfold?
Okay. Well, this is how I feel about it. You know, they definitely want to catch your real reaction. So for people who say, oh, it's scripted, no, it's not scripted. But they will throw you in situations that you may not have expected to be in. So like, say for instance, last night's episode when my daughter's father's girlfriend just
Showed up.
I did not know she was coming. I had no clue that they had even been talking to production about being on the show. I had not even really had a real conversation with my daughter's father at least a year before that day. So I was thrown off, to say the least, when she just walked in.
See, and we probably thought you had at least an inkling that this was, but I guess if you
People
watched her
think
reaction,
that-
you were like,
Yeah, I didn't know how to react because I was like, you know, when she first walked in, I was looking like, what is she doing here? Because, you know, you don't want to act crazy on camera because I'm like, is she?
because when cameras are rolling, they can use it.
Did they tell her to come in here? And then she started, when she walked past the cameras, I was like, oh, they set me up. They told her to come here. That's what I was thinking.
You have to roll with it.
Yeah, I had to roll with it, but I was just sitting there like, okay.
Did the producers hide afterwards when they know they've just they've just thrown you into the lion's den afterwards?
Sometimes
we're gonna
they
get
do.
lunch.
Yeah, sometimes,
To cool off.
they won't come around and sometimes they do. But it was just weird because like Don Juan, Carmen, and Kwame, my other friends, you know, our team, they had never met her. So they didn't even know who she was. They was like, who is this girl? And Todd had met her once before, so he knew. And but the rest of my team were like, okay, hey, but they were like, why is this girl here? Who is she?
Is it moments like that where you have to just take a deep breath and say, this is why I agreed to be on the show. This is part of it. And
Exactly.
This is what I have. This is a hard day at work.
Right.
That's a hard day at work. We all have hard days at work. Yours look a little different.
Yeah, for me, that's exactly what I tell myself. I'm like, okay, I know what comes with being on the show. I can't get mad or upset because I know what I signed up for. You know what I mean? So I just took it all in, and I just told myself, however she treats me or speaks to me in this scene is how I'm going to react. I'm not gonna go crazy and, you know, cuss people out. As long as she's cool, I'm gonna be cool.
Of course, we do this all. We think it's happening this week, but before the holidays, it's like, oh my God, family drama before the holidays. Of course, forgetting that you filmed this.
No,
week.
it happened in the summer.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
But we're watching like, oh my God, I couldn't ever handle that the week before Thanksgiving. How is she gonna handle it?
Well, you know, a lot of that stuff, even though it happened a long time ago, we relive it when the show comes on because anything you were mad about then, a lot of times you get mad about all over again when you watch. Because, like, say for instance, I hate to keep using that episode as an example, but okay, so I wasn't around when her and Riley's dad shot that scene. Like, I didn't even know they shot a scene together
it's the
until a
first time
while
you're
after
seeing
they
it.
did. This is the first time I saw it, you know? So to hear what he's saying, I'm like, what? What do you mean, you bit? Okay.
And then you're sitting there live tweeting. Like, I will get out here with this.
Yeah, I try. Then I have to kind of bite my tongue when it comes to the tweets as well because it's like, okay, you don't want to tweet in anger.
You can't take that back. It lives forever, even if you delete it, somebody
Exactly.
sees it. And this is your real life. This is your real family. Sure, it's playing out on the show, but This is your actual daughter.
Yes, and it's so much different than dealing with things with the girls on the show. Because with the girls, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, I never have to deal with you again in my life if we're not on the show together. But
Something fuzzy, maybe?
yeah, something whatever.
I don't know what that
Anyway,
was.
I don't have to deal with you if we're not on the show together. But with family drama, that is ongoing. Riley said is always going to be her dad. That's not going to change. So it's just like, ugh, I got to deal with this outside of the show.
All right, let's move on to happier topics
Yeah.
than show drama. We are approaching the holidays. What do you know? It's happening to me again. Is it a bug?
That's what I was wondering.
I feel like we look crazy because you probably can't see this in the camera. I don't know what that was. Holidays are coming up. What do you guys do for the holidays every year?
Well, this year, Thanksgiving, I'm hosting the Thanksgiving dinner for my family. We're actually going to do it at our restaurant, so it's going to be a ton of us.
Amazing. And is this going to be the first big, because the restaurant's opening soon, right?
Well, yeah, but we're not treating it. We're just using it as our place of gathering. We're not like treating it like a restaurant. We're going to do it the same way we would normally do. Like, I'm going to make a lot of the stuff. My aunt Bertha's gonna make a few things. Nora's gonna make some things. I'm gonna have our chef to do a couple of things, and we just gotta have like this huge spread for everybody to come and eat.
How do we get an invitation? That sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I want to go to that. So that's Thanksgiving. We have holidays coming up. What happens to? It feels like holiday time is such a difficult time to keep going with shooting and stuff. All of that's done.
Yeah, we wrapped a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we're still doing pickup interviews. So, this is the funny thing about pickup interviews. You know how when you see the person make comments in between scenes? Okay, so when we first start doing our interviews, it may be like in the summertime, and so we'll just comment on scenes that we were actually in, and we may not know what was going on with the other girls. But when we have to do the pickups, a lot of times that's after a while later, and this chick that said something crazy about you, or maybe you were able to watch an episode of the show and you saw they came at you crazy. So the later interviews are way meaner than the first time you do them. So it's like
I think now that you're saying
the
it,
shade
I know that
is
when I
way
watch
crazy.
it. You can
Yeah.
see they really do have a different tone depending upon. And I just assume it's a reaction to the situation, but it would make sense that in the beginning, everything's great. You're in the honeymoon period, new season, new shooting, and you actually see what they've been saying and doing.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her ass. Just wait. Okay, you ready?
How long do you think you want to stay a Real Housewife?
I don't know, because I didn't think I was gonna stay this long.
Yeah, when
to
you
be
first
honest.
signed on, what was the expiration date like in your head?
I didn't think I was gonna be there long at all. I was like, oh, okay, this might be cool to do. I came on season 2, so yeah, this is 8 years for me, and I had the 8 seasons plus the 3 spinoffs, so it's like a lot of shows that I never knew I would be doing, and I'm okay with it. Like, I will continue to do it, especially because I have businesses. I'll continue to do it as long as, there's a need for me to be a part of it.
I feel like the new restaurant, and allow me to be the first one to publicly say this, is ripe for a spinoff.
I think so too, but we'll
Bravo,
see.
are you listening? I think the new restaurant is ripe for a spinoff.
Yeah.
Well, Kandi, congratulations on all of your success with the
Thank
new
you.
baby line and the new restaurant and the new season, which is on Sundays, of course.
And
Tune
Bedroom Candy's still doing his thing, so still got
I
shit
can't
to-
believe you have a children's line and a sex toy
Well,
line.
listen.
Wait, it makes literally so much sense.
Exactly, because as a woman, I had to have sex to get a baby.
Literally
Okay?
makes so much sense.
You know?
You need company A to get company B.
Exactly.
I love it.
Right?
I love it so much. Kandi, thank you so much. And thank you guys all for tuning in.